So I was just on a call with a client and we were exploring this new 4.0 image generation feature from ChatGPT and OpenAI, and the results were really impressive. We were able to create, this may look a little goofy at first, but let me explain. Their brand has this kind of comic book look. So this is Heather's Heroes, and they do like dog leashes and educational programs for dog trainers and dog owners. I was trying to get it to create some marketing graphics for their product, their new course. And the first try was pretty amazing. I mean, this looks really cool. Even kind of grabbed the visual identity of the logo. We got these kind of graphics like out of the gate. That looks pretty awesome and close to a good ad. So let's see what else we got. Gave it some other ideas of more comic book style because I kind of like the comic book look. And we got these kind of graphics. Scrolling down, a little bit more like playful. Then I had it create an infographic. We gave it some information and like a screenshot of a table we wanted to make the infographic from. And boom, first try, this is pretty good. This is actually really high quality too. So if I pulled this up, the quality is really good. The text, I don't see any noticeable errors. I mean, it's visually interesting. It even made fun graphics to go along with it. The information's really clear and easy to read. The icons are pretty accurate. The logo needed to be swapped out, but I mean, 98% done and pretty on brand with one try. Absolutely insane. So I want to try this with my brand. So I took some screenshots from my site. And what I'm going to do now is tell it to describe my visual brand identity in an email to a designer to help them stay on brand. Okay, so I gave it the screenshots. I told it a couple things I wanted to do. I gave it some specific details about the brand, fonts and colors. Let's have it write up that email to a designer. What I like about this prompt is having it write an email to a designer or marketing team is it will pretty much explain it in plain English to tell them how to do it. And what I'm going to use is this is basically the prompt to educate the AI at how to make images for my brand. All right, so I have the email written up now with all the details about my brand. So I'm going to try a new chat just to start from scratch and tell it to study this and say, okay, when ready. So I'm just basically informing it about my brand visuals. Okay, so I have some content here. I'm going to give the AI to have it create an infographic about this, which I think would be really cool. So I'm going to feed it some screenshots and some of the text. Okay, so I fed it both of the screenshots of that information, and I just wrote it out here, but it's kind of clunky how it was written out, so I gave it the visuals as well. And I told it to create a beautiful infographic with this information in my brand style. So this new image generation feature will do this like blurred effect and kind of come in like a fax almost. Feels like the old internet days of like AOL dial-up where it's loading the page really slow. Okay, so it's starting here. We can kind of see the size of the image. Okay, so right away, I do see an issue with the text, which I haven't actually seen that issue with any of the testing I've done. So that's a bummer. But I can just run it again to hopefully fix that. I'm also noticing it's not very visual so far. So I can probably specify to be more interesting visuals, like some kind of representation of what that looks like. And yeah, I'm noticing more text errors here, so that's a bummer. So as it's going, I'm going to just start typing in some improvements. Bad, but fix the typos and make this more visually interesting. Try to create visuals to show what this looks and feels like. All right, that's really, I mean, it's something, but it's not that impressive. So let's hope that I want a visually stunning infographic that will stop someone in their scroll and make them want to read this. All right, so we'll try an update here. It should handle the feedback pretty well. I've seen it generally understand what I'm asking for and make the improvement. So we'll find out. Okay, so this is already looking more visually interesting, but we're losing some of the information here. Yeah, it's not doing a great job. So weirdly, I was getting much better results with that other brand. And I mean, I like the look of this one better. Let's see what yeah, it feels cut off. Bummer. All right, well, it's not as good as I thought it would be, but there is potential. And again, looking back at this was pretty mind-blowing when I saw this just churn out without any edits. So that is what's possible with this model. But for now, I'll have to do some more testing to see how we can get more predictable, high quality outputs. So I'm curious, for those of you who are using this new 4.0 image generation model with ChatGPT, what's working for you? What kind of results are you getting? Any tricks or hacks that you found? Let me know. I'd love to hear it, and I will share some more updates as I do some more testing.